You wrote a piece for the conversation earlier this year titled Feminism Has Failed and Needs a Rethink. In it you say, the increasing numbers of women allowed to join men in positions of power and influence are mostly prepared to support the status quo, not to seriously increase gender equity. Can you explain what you mean by that and what we should do about it?
I think one of the really serious issues that feminism has to deal with is changing the social system so that we change the values, we change what's important, we change the whole basis of a masculinized, macho version of what matters. And to do that, we need feminism, not just women. There's often been an assumption that if we got more women into top positions, things would change. Well, because I'm old and because I've been around for a long time, and because I'm in a week where, for instance, we've just got another woman UK Prime Minister after 26 years, and she's another Conservative, I'm not actually convinced that putting women into top positions in itself is going to create much of a change. In minor ways it probably will, but this assumption that a lot of women have, that a lot of feminists have, that once you get to 30%, magically the world will change, ignores the fact that organisations are infinitely capable of maintaining the status quo, and they're only going to let women into those positions if they're not radicals, if they're not there to change the system. So we have to recognise that changing the system requires us working from the outside. And yes, I'm perfectly happy to get women being allowed to get their noses in the same troughs as the men get their noses into, and for power and rewards. But that's not going to change the world. It might in some very minor ways. So if we're serious about changing that sort of bias and creating a fairer, more equitable world, we've got to move away from the idea that just getting women into top positions will do it, and get back to some radical change which not only liberates women but also liberates men from the expectations they have, which limit their capacities to do some of the things that are only allowed for women or only expected of women.